Welcome back to our final segment on Embracing Reggio, Inspired Practice. This is about in the environment as the third teacher and documentation.
In Reggio, the environment is described as the third teacher because it reflects what we believe about the children and their learning. And here, this little boy, I set up the environment with stumps. And you see the little boy, he's experimenting. He's looking at the stumps. He's taking chances. He's becoming a part of the environment and deciding what he wants to do. He's learning from the environment. And if you look, he decides to take a chance to jump off. So he's learning about himself and the environment and an opportunity to take risks in that environment.
Documentation in Reggio Emilia was one of our favorite parts because it's something we both kind of struggle with. And documentation is considered observations that may be recorded on paper or video or photographs, or sometimes we just record the dialogue that the children are collaborating and figuring out how things work and how they want to solve a problem. There's a lot of clay over there that they use, and Melody and I have started incorporating more of our clay. And it's just a way to collect all these materials to look back on their learning, and we use them for reflection and growth, and we provide that to the parents, and we all learn from that. The children can look back at it and relaunch from where they learned with that. And it gives us, the parents and the provider, a chance to see the journey of learning along the way. This is my environment as my third teacher. This would be our rain garden. And we had brought out the materials earlier in the writing materials earlier in the day. And the writing materials had been in a different part of the yard, but I captured these girls. Suddenly they were over in the rain garden, and they were discussing. They weren't really, I don't know what they were talking about, but there was new growth. It was spring, and all the flowers were finally starting to come back up, and we couldn't remember what we had planted because it was our first year. And so the girls were just talking about how things were changing on a daily basis here. And after the conversation was gone, I noticed that everyone had kind of gone in different directions, and this little girl stayed and was documenting one of the flowers that was just starting to bloom. And it was such a great opportunity. I think before I went to Reggio Emilia, it would never occur to me to document that she was documenting. And so this just kind of brought all the pieces together for me. And it was great to see what she was doing and drawing. And she kept drawing this same picture over a course of a few days, and it got more detailed. And it was really great to share that with her parents and herself.
And this is my backyard, my magnolia tree, and very good story about this. Every year we have robins that come back to the yard and they create a nest. And this year they didn't put it in the bush that we have, but they build it up higher in this magnolia tree. And the reason why is because the sparrows had taken the bush. And so the nest was there, and we kind of watched the nest, and we're discovering the nest and kind of documenting what was going on in their environment. And the children were so excited about the nest that they wanted to draw the nest. And so here we have one little girl that this is her rendition of how the nest looked and what was going on in their environment. And this is a picture of an older child in her version of the nest. And she went even further to draw the whole tree. And she had a little story about it, the tree. And she called her tree the princess tree. And it was the mama bird in the tree. And she kind of left and went to get worms for the baby. And this is just great documentation of what the children can do with that environment, which is the third teacher. And if we give them time to reflect and to enjoy that environment.
The last thing that we really want to bring back to you is that we are very similar to teachers in Reggio Emilia. If you've been listening to this, you're a lifelong learner just like they are, and they believe that they are continuing to always learn and get better, and so are we because you're here. So thanks for joining us. This was great, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.